All right, and welcome to the East County Prep Football Preview Series. I'm Ramon Scott. I'm joined by Dave Dickens of EastCountySports.com. Dave, got the Christian Patriots joining us today. All of these guys are seniors, and that's the most important thing, I think, about having them on tonight, joining us. Of course, between us is new head coach Danny Mitchell. I don't know. I'm not going to say out with the old, in with the new. It's same as usual over there on Greenfield. But joining us tonight, Dave Senior, Gabe Krug Senior, Jack St. Fleur Senior, Will Carlock, and Senior Andrew Young. Dave, this season is all about the seniors. With all due respect to our underclassmen, and we can't wait to see them later this year and in the next 8 weeks. This season is special for not only these four guys, but all of the seniors throughout the county. As we they're not going to pull the AstroTurf out from under us, Dave, are they, on the season?
No, they are not, and it's funny too because we prior to these gentlemen here, right down Madison, we just had your home field boys on about 2 nights ago, and chock full of seniors down at Granite Hills too. So very, very similar situation. I'm sure you fellas know some of those guys down there too, and have met up with them at one point in your seasons. And so I'm going to start off with you, Coach. You feel you had some pretty big shoes to fill, I would say, on both ends. I mean, you're doing double duty, taking over as athletic director and as head coach of the Christian Patriots, and definitely not left with the bare cupboard either. They definitely, and I'm talking about former AD and offensive coordinator Dave Beezer and former head coach Matt Oliver. And go ahead and take it away, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, those were my coaches as well. I think what makes it easy is getting to coach these guys here and the rest of this team. But like you said, definitely being an athletic director, I know I get texts all the time from other coaches right now that it's definitely not a job to be envied right now when all the students have to go. But no, I'm excited to be back, and it does make it, the thing I look forward to most, in all honesty, is getting to work with these guys. So we're excited that we get a chance, and I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. So,
and a big winning tradition too at Christian, as everybody on the screen knows, over at Christian High School. I mean, from especially in the last couple of years, from the girls basketball, boys basketball, football, and then the baseball team. I think it was it Will? I was talking to one of you about the baseball team is going to be looking pretty sharp this year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will.
Will and Andrew play baseball.
Together.
Yeah, Will and Andrew both play baseball. I mean, a lot of multi-sport athletes, obviously, at Christian. Jack is a basketball player as well. Gabe would fancy himself as an all-around athlete here. But yeah, I think that's what's unique about Christian High. I think we really encourage all of our kids to play multiple sports, but not only just play them. I mean, the group of four you have here are elite on our campus, and they're elite as people, and it trickles down as students. Then you'll see what they do on the field. So I'm excited to watch these guys. Let's let them take it away, though.
Hey, Will, how about the overlap, though, this year? It's a little different than in the past. And, I mean, it's always been really close, especially basketball and football have been a tough one to transition into. But and now it's going to even be baseball. It's going to be so close to football. So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, that's going to be a tough order, but definitely doable.
Yeah. Usually, we kind of have a whole winter to just kind of, slowly get ready and develop and play all our winter ball games and all our winter workouts. But right now, luckily, some of the guys, we've been out there since November, so hitting 3 or 4 times a week, throwing. So we feel pretty confident going into this season, even though it is going to be pretty busy, like you said. Some overlap probably, but we have confidence in our guys on both the football side and the baseball side that we can go compete at, like you said, like a championship level, both sports, and hopefully, go win a state championship.
And you got both Mitchells coaching you up this year too, so that's got to be definitely something that's a kind of a treat, I would think.
First,
and not just that, but all the years that Mike has put in, and now to have Dan over there too as well. I mean, it's definitely got to be a treat, and like Ramon mentioned, definitely a new type of thing over there, Christian.
Yeah, Coach Mitchell on the baseball side, I mean, he's had a winning tradition for so long. He's been there for forever, and he was talking to us last Saturday or so, and we have a really good senior class and also some really great underclassmen, and he's won a CIF championship every 6 years actually. And so this is last time we won one was 2015. So that means this year should be the year to win it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll and then we'll start moving around. Last thing, what are your thoughts on the 6-game season and just football together and all these seniors you got and all the talent you got around you for this shortened season?
Yeah. So I know most of our baseball team plays football, and so we're really kind of bummed when football got canceled because we do see it as a priority, and the fact that we're able to not only have a season but have those full 6 games to really showcase kind of what we got, and we have a lot of confidence in what we got. So it's a great opportunity to just kind of show it off and just really play together. So yeah.
Fantastic. And then Gabe, another year back, but we like to call it last year, but it really technically, I guess it's not really last year, but it seems like it was last year that you're on the field. And what's the difference? I mean, is there really that much difference in the playbook and what you were used to before from Coach O and Coach B's?
Slide in from these guys.
Yeah, a lot of differences for sure. Coach Mitchell definitely brought a lot to the table. Definitely in the offense that I enjoy personally. Throw a lot. I get a lot of control of the offense. Just a lot of good weapons on our team as well. So I feel like we're going to be really good in the position we're in.
So what happens when you run the wing tee?
Now, you've been talking to Coach Ash.
Yeah, you'll see us in the wing in a couple weeks.
Well, Dave, last year, of course, Gabe counted for 2,000 yards, over 2,000 yards of total offense. And with all due respect, we did lose, some seniors that accounted for a lot of those yards. But all these guys that you see on the screen, that, Will, Jack, and Drew, they're all veterans too, and got their taste of it. And I think that their familiarity is going to be there just because of the continuity and the fact that that they're veterans and everything. And I think these guys, you talk about winning tradition, these guys might have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth with their season last year. Tough schedule, but it, wasn't necessarily the result they had. The playoff win against Otay Ranch, of course, maybe the highlight of the season. But even without a league championship this year, I think that these guys have something to prove. I think they'll get over the excitement of getting back on the field real quick, and probably be focused on winning. Andrew, tell me, as a veteran of this program, seeing this change occur, like I said, it's not necessarily out with the old and in with the new, because Coach Mitchell brings the Patriot way, to the school, and so I would think as far as philosophy, nothing's changing.
I'd have to slightly disagree with that because Coach Mitchell actually brings a lot to the table, and he's changing our culture as a team too. He's proving that it's not just about winning, but it's about like the brotherhood and the relationship that we have. It's about like loving the guy next to you, and it's not ultimately just about like how many games we have or how far we go, but just being a good teammate and just being like a great guy on campus, like all around, this good person that will lead to the championship and just carry on through that.
And Andrew, how about we go back to that game against Cathedral Catholic? There's a lot of debates over that one of how that one turned out, and I'm sure, as always, you guys you'd look forward to replaying that game, and it definitely proving that that you are the better team.
Yeah. Well, Jack played with us too that year, so like help me out on this one too. But when we played Cathedral, we were ready for everything, but lightning rain happened. But I'm sure this year we'd ready to take on anyone this year. Even Coach Mitchell said that he was contacting the Saints. He was contacting a lot of schools saying we're ready to play, and we are. We have more confidence this year. We got some swagger. We're ready.
And Jack, considering your career right now, I mean, I know all four of you are hungry, but you've got to be dying to play some football games right now. I mean, you've missed some in your career, and this was a season that you were so looking forward to. And even though we've knocked a couple of games off, I'm sure these next few weeks are going to mean a lot to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just being able to be back on the field after like being hurt and everything last year feels really great. And then I guess on top of the whole entire pandemic thing with like sports and everything closing, it just it was just a little bit longer than usual for some other players. But I mean, like everybody else is saying, like we're a pretty good football team, I have to say. So I mean, I just can't wait to just get out there and compete with my guys, I guess you could say, and just play as a team, because that's what I like really miss the most is like the camaraderie of just playing at Christian high football. I feel like there's like no better feeling than playing for like a Christian high football team, for sure. Even throughout like our old coaches with Coach Beazer and everything like that, and Coach O, and like Andrew said too, also with Coach Mitchell, just there's like a new culture at Christian. I feel like Christian's definitely the place to be, with the new coaching staff and everything like that. And it's like we just love going to practice. We love seeing him. We always go to his office during school and everything like that. It's really good at Christian. So yeah.
Hey Dave, I don't want to sell it as if I'm trying to keep it as this is the Christian way. Maybe I'm saying more of the philosophy off the field, huh? Because hey, pressure's on Coach Mitchell. I mean, we know Christian has always been kind of out in the forefront, and the county is kind of showing the way as far as newfangled offenses and everything. But Dave, I don't think we've seen anything yet.
No, you know what? I agree. And if you look at over the years, the ability that Christian high school has had to overcome adversity and really jump through hoops and show the winning tradition has brought them into higher divisions each and every year, and really shown that they can compete at that high level. So I mean, hats off to the program itself too. Not to take anything away from the athletes, but that just shows you the tradition right there. That it's kind of ingrained into the Christian way. I guess you would per se, but without the athletes, you can't continue that tradition, and without the right coaching, you can't continue that tradition. And as you mentioned, Ramon, I think that we may see a newfangled, somewhat Christian team, but definitely continue in the winning ways. I wanted to ask Gabe, are we going to see, without giving away all the all the tricks of the trade, are we going to see you always in the gun as in the past, or are we going to see you are you going to be right under center? What's it going to look like?
I'll probably just put it this way, but in practice, all I've been doing is gun. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I think that's what I'm doing.
Because I mean, you got to admit, Coach, he definitely, you get him out in the open field. I mean, he's got a heck of an arm, but you get him in the open field too, and you get a block or two, he's off to the races. Saw that quite a bit a year and a half ago, I guess you would say.
Sure. Team's leading rusher, Coach. What do you do with a guy like Gabe?
Yeah, I think obviously these guys have been a blast to get to know over the last couple months here, and we're extremely excited to get to play. Like you said, yeah, we're talking about Gabe specifically. I mean, I think I've told you guys this before. I think what makes a great quarterback is how you make the other 10 guys around you better, and that's what Gabe does. And he has all the other tools that makes it a lot of fun. You guys know my background as far as coaching quarterbacks. I've been around some really elite ones and gotten to work side by side with, without a doubt, the best quarterback to ever play with Tom Brady. And I see Gabe has the intangibles that it takes to be elite at this position. And like you said, he was the leading rusher last year, has the ability to throw the ball. Well, all that does is just add to the fuel of making those other 10 guys better. So am I excited to watch him? Oh yeah. I mean, it's fun to watch in practice. We do when we're out practicing. We were practicing as a club. We put on flags, and he might be the best flag football player I've ever seen. So I'm excited when you have to actually tackle him, and then you get the ball, throw the ball to Jack, and you get to hand the ball to Andrew, and Will is out there too. I mean, there's a lot of weapons, and that's what a great quarterback does, is find a way to make the other 10 go. And you got 11 guys coming at you. We'll see if you can hang for 4 quarters.
And that was my next question, and any of you can answer that. I mean, I guess it would either be Coach or Gabe for sure. How about that offensive line? I mean, we always we're only as good as our line is, and that goes for the receivers, the backs, and as a quarterback.
Shout them out, Gabe. Who you got?
We got a lot. We got a good line this year. We got Eric Markowitz, who's one of my friends. All of them are friends. We got Andrew. We got another Andrew. We got Cole, and we got Alonzo. All of them, over the offseason, all those guys are the hardest workers I've ever seen. Putting it in the weight room. I've seen all of them do body testing, just completely different figures, and I think they're going to be a menace in the field this year. And I'm happy they're on my line.
Coach, the development of the offensive line. Look, I know it's only been a couple of practices here, but I'm sure you know in the ins and outs of everything.
Yeah, Gabe kind of hit it on the head. I think the offensive line is kind of they're a mirror of what our team is. But our offensive line plays both ways, just like these guys on this screen here. And they're the ones in the trenches. They're the ones that get it done. And like you said, a football team up front is really, the game's the same. As much as you'll see what we do offensively, as much as the ball, it's fun to watch on the outside. It's still about blocking and tackling. And those guys are the heart and soul of our program. And I think we try to find ways to make sure those guys, you'll see on the reason why we'll win any kind of football games is those 5 up front, and not only what they're doing on offense, but what they're doing on defense, because they're going to play 100 snaps, 170 snaps, and so we're excited, and that's what these guys' roles are as skill players. Their role is to make sure everything they're doing to make those 5 guys to enjoy that entire time. And when we celebrate, you're going to see, I said, I'm okay with it. We're going to get all 11 guys into the end zone. It took all 11 to get down there, and we're trying to do that as many times as possible. So, yeah, we're excited, man.
My question to that just set me up for my next question is there a possibility we might, who knows, we might see one of those linemen as an eligible receiver, possibly waiting for the ball when everybody else is double covered heading into the end zone. It's a very good possibility, sounds like to me.
That's a secret.
Well, you know, my answer was going to be, hey, we snap the ball to Gabe. Whoever he gives it to, that's up to him. So,
Hey, like Coach Mitchell said, Dave, you know, being part of the Christian Patriot program a lot of time is about going both ways. Andrew, tell me about not only the role of being someone who, you know, plays in the trenches, if you will, and is very active, but the leadership of someone who has to be in charge of kind of both sides of the ball. I'm sure the responsibility, especially as a senior, is something you've been looking forward to, and you're finally going to get your chance. I also want to call you out in the green room for saying that somehow you're going to get 150 tackles in 6 games.
Oh, you heard that?
nice.
Well, playing on defense, I mean, I couldn't do it without my other 10 guys. I can't go through 10 other blockers. I mean, it's all about my D line. It's about my corners, safeties, 4 linebackers, Pasia. I mean, another linebacker, Pasia. Jack, I mean, we're all together. Like we get to stop the offense. I think that's when we start to dominate other teams. When we start to work together, take on blocks, like have our gaps, take our responsibilities, and play selfless. That's when we are the best. So yeah, that's my answer.
And Jack, to be back, I mean, I know you're not looking at it as 6 games. You're looking at it as just a fresh start and a fresh season to showcase all your skills this season. And I mean, what do you say is I mean, your favorite part of this time of season? I mean, I know it's in March this time, kind of good transitioning into April, but what's going to be your favorite portion of the season, even though it's going to be shortened a bit?
Favorite portion? I feel like that's a tough one to answer. Like I said before, I think I'm gonna just, value every moment that I have with them as much as possible. And I think that'll definitely be my favorite moment, just going back out there with all my teammates and everything, practicing and all that. Like being back yesterday just felt it was I wouldn't have been doing, like, I'd rather have not done anything else that day, just to play football and be with my teammates and my coaches and everything like that. And it's like they make it better too. Also, like I said before, it's just like I don't have any better feeling than playing on the Christian high football team. And I can't like stress that enough. It's a different type of love. It's a different type of brotherhood, culture. We just all play for one, I guess you could say. And we're all on the same goal. I mean, like you said, it's a shortened season and everything like that. But just we're gonna take it how it goes for sure. We know what we're about and what we could do. And we're not really worried about the other teams as into the fact is like, are we, stressing over like playing like our league schedule and everything like that, because we have some really good teams in our league, and I think it's more so the fact is like just being a better team, being a better teammate, building yourself up over the season and everything like that. And yeah.
And the mental health has got to be soaring through the roof right now. As you did what you did, the mental health of all of you guys being able to get on the field and play together, like you said, as a brotherhood, is got to be so uplifting spiritually, physically, mentally. I mean, it's just got to be a tremendous feeling. I can't imagine. I mean, I know that Ramon and I are going to be excited just to watch the action and to be on the sideline again and to be able to follow the line of scrimmage, and follow you guys down for the 52-yard score, scoring your 35 to 42 points. That's what we're looking forward to. But I can't even imagine especially the spiritual and the mental have just got to be tremendous now after getting out of the house, getting out of the limited spots that we could hang out. And I honestly think, and I'm sure a couple of you would agree with this, or maybe all of you, is I think it's one of the safer places to be is on the field for all of our high school athletes.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Do you want to comment? Do you want to add?
Oh, no, you're fine. You're good.
On that? No, I just wanted to say is to Coach Mitchell and to all of you really, but maybe, Coach Mitchell can kind of put it in a synopsis, but the excitement of finally getting rolling is kind of making the situation a little bit more tolerable as far as how busy you are, Coach, and for the players too. I mean, we're all getting up and getting ready, and it's a lot of work to get to. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to make it. Tell you the truth. I mean, just a couple of weeks away, but you know what? Kind of like just rolling the ball out there, right? We got to go. We're going to go, and we're going to do this. So the excitement of everything that you have with all these responsibilities, it's got to be okay. It's got to be great to wake up in the morning and have such a busy schedule, and know that we're fighting and getting out of this soon. It's happening so rapidly. It's so exciting, really.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ramon. I mean, that's ultimately this is about their experience, and that's why we do it. If you're not doing, especially at the high school level, right? I think if you're in it just for your own as an adult or as a coach for your own experience, you're at the wrong level, man. And actually, it doesn't work at the college level. It doesn't work at the professional level either. I've seen it all. The same approach I've taken with every program, and I think if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're probably doing the wrong thing. That's just my opinion. I don't wake up and say, hey, you know what? If I have to go to work today. No, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Like I've never worked a day in my life. I've played football, went to college and did football, and then after college, I just coached football all day. And now I get to do this not only just on one sport, but I get to do this for our entire community in the school. Man, what a blessing! And I still get to be around these dudes. And Jack already said it. Like they come up to my office every single day. That honestly is the best part of my day. Getting to see these guys every day when they walk up in the office. I don't care what I'm doing. I mean, they'll tell you, I'll be on the phone with an important phone call, and I'll say, come in. I will never ever turn down a time to be around these guys, and that's for any athlete. So, is it stressful right now? Sure, but everyone is. It's the best stress in the world. So we're hoping we get ourselves a chance to go, because I think I'm excited what these guys have said. I think there is something special about Christian High, and it's because of what these guys are like. Especially, I would say for our football our program specifically, it's not because of the program itself, it's because of the people in the program. And I think you're going to see an extremely exciting team to watch this year. I can't wait to watch them. That's why I love Friday nights. I'm going to get to, hopefully, that's why I like they film the game. It's like a movie for me. We get to watch it again, and man, it's going to be a party on Friday nights for us.
Hey, Dave, you certainly were very, very well familiar with the previous coaching staff for many, many years, you and your family over there at Christian. But Coach has brought his own staff in this year, and some changes for these guys, certainly. I don't know if we knew we'd be in this situation just a year ago, given the situation. Of course, we had Coach Mitchell on to talk about some of the changes, and we had the Coach O and B's on when they, resigned from the post, and just this whole whirlwind of events. But maybe you can add a little bit about this coaching staff, Dave and Coach Danny, and also the fellas about this new staff and the excitement over there, not only about changing the culture, but hey, you know what? If it's a little bit wrinkle here and there, we know that's what the Patriots are all about, Dave.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have seen it too. Nathan Hughes, former Santana Sultan, is asking how you guys were liking Coach Pat Kelly.
They played against you guys.
Yeah, Coach Kelly is definitely he's a hardworking coach. He means the best. He knows what he's talking about, and he just makes playing like the position really fun. And I love playing under him. I love playing under Coach Kelly. He's great.
Coach or staff?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Coach Kelly actually is a Christian High alum as well. He's our defensive coordinator. So he came over from Santana. He was over at Santana for the last 4 years. Coach Kelly was also, when I was coaching that professional team in Germany, he was my first signee as a player. So when I got that job, they gave me the opportunity to sign whatever Americans I want. And so I was the only program in that German league that we signed. I signed my buddy Coach Kelly, and then I signed actually my old college roommate who was an All-American. And so I went out there, same approach. You know, I wanted good people. I didn't care too much about. They had the ability to play professional football, but you know, we didn't have the elite D1 guys that the other programs had. And I think Coach Kelly was the heart and soul of why we went undefeated and won that national championship. So I'm excited to have him on. I think he's a huge piece. I'm sure the boys will tell you a little bit personality-wise. Coach Kelly and I are probably the exact opposite. I'm high energy, and Coach Kelly is very methodical and makes sure that everything is detail-oriented. And that's how football works, man. It takes every type of personality. It takes every type of approach in order to be successful. So I am the most lucky guy in the world to get to coach alongside of him. And I'll let these guys talk a little more about him.
Yeah, maybe from Gabe first, I'd like to hear him because, Gabe, you've seen a few coaching staffs in your young career already.
Yeah, Coach Kelly's been a great piece for just overall a great guy for us to all know. Just all the new coaches, Coach Mitchell, Coach Kelly, just them coming in, just being two new faces on our campus, and then us being able to meet him and creating these great bonds over the past couple of months and getting ready to go into this season. It's really exciting with them, and I'm sure all these guys know we're all super blessed to have them. So, yeah.
And I want to thank Nathan for the question. Actually, good shout out to him. Nathan Hughes was definitely a favorite and definitely was on often. on
Patriots and Sultans had a nice game, so I think they played one another and had a nice game. So
yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just wanted to add as we get into this shortened season, I don't know if necessarily we can account for all the things that are going to occur in the next couple of weeks. We just want to get out there and get these practices in. Coach, where do we stand right now? Dave said you guys had already 2 practices in one day, and like I said, I asked them. They're not gonna pull out the AstroTurf and tell us we can't do this, right?
Yeah, you know, everyone in this entire state is excited to get rolling here. So, yeah, I think we're getting to go, and we're really excited to get ourselves kicked off. We're scrimmaging in 2 weeks here. We're going to be over at Sarah High School playing against the Qs. So,
are you doing the 5 game, 1 scrimmage 5 games, or what do you got?
Yeah, we're 1 scrimmage 5 games. We're still waiting on finalizing our last game, so we can't announce our last game just yet. But we're working on finalizing that one. But we're excited to get into our league play and then finish off our season pretty strong. So.
Well, these guys seem to know. I don't know. They have a tip. They can't tip us off, but they all smiled when you said that. So
I think it might be a red in color, but anyway, I was now are you guys? I was wondering if it's a little different for you folks. Are you guys going to be able to have a league championship either, or is it pretty much similar to what the Grossmont Conference is doing? It's just the 6 games and no league championship.
Yeah, I'll answer that for our guys. We are having so our league is actually only 5 teams. So we play in the Eastern League. So we'll be playing La Jolla, Mira Mesa, Morris, and San Diego. So that is our league right there. We actually played the defending league champions the last game of our league play. So that's La Jolla, who is the defending league champions. We open with Mira Mesa. Then we play San Diego. Then we have Morris, a very tough physical football team. And then, you know, if we do what we're capable of, that could be set up for a great ending to the league season. But we have to take 1 game at a time. Mira Mesa is extremely talented. Coach Thompson, I talked to Coach Thompson earlier today, actually, and Yeah, he's one of the best coaches in San Diego. He won a CIF championship down there with Bonita a while back. I don't know if you guys remember when he had a couple of those running backs back there, and so he's done a great job with that program at Mira Mesa. So our boys are focused up, and that's all we're gearing up for right now. We're trying to be great for the first quarter of Mira Mesa, and we'll see after that. After the first quarter, maybe get to the second quarter, and we'll see where it goes from there, and we'll let the score take care of itself.
Yeah, that La Jolla game last year was that was a real interesting one. I think that was, what was that, Ramon? The first one they'd won in I forget what it was.
That was a historic,
It was like 23 years. 20
Yeah,
years.
historic season.
Wow.
And that game, some familiar opponents certainly, for the Patriots, and they'll remember. I mean, losing a couple of league games, whether this is league championship or not. Like I said, Dave, every week is the championship in this season, right, Will?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have a ton of respect for La Jolla in that game last year, and just all of our league games in general. And kind of like Coach Danny said, we're just preparing for Mira Mesa, and I know he really we're focusing on kind of that mental preparation, and we've been since November, December, been in the classroom, and I know offensively, some of our skill position players, we've been really picking apart his brain because he has so much experience on the offensive side, and he and I and the coach's office have gone at it a few times. Just Coach, what if we motion this guy and send this guy this way? Just really, kind of, like I said, a great football mind to really learn from. And so I know just like I said, he and I have talked a lot, kind of getting that offensive game plan ready to go so that, on kickoff when we play Mira Mesa in a few weeks, we're going to be ready to roll.
And Coach, how big is this season, even though it is shortened for those juniors too, to get some looks and to get those live games out there for their future? I mean, I know it's still important to the seniors, but it's got to be extra important to the juniors now when they go out this season to play along with you guys. Wouldn't you agree? And is there anybody who really stands out to you, underclassmen that are going to make a huge impact?
Yeah, you can answer that, Coach. But I've been wanting to ask. I should ask the other coaches, Dave. We had that the other day. How do you convince not only the seniors now and the juniors of the program that this is not the 2021 season A or the 2020 season B? Of course, I oversell it a little bit that it's all about these seniors, and it is to a certain extent. But the football season is right around the corner from the football season. So, how do you convince these guys that these games, they're excited, these games are important, but these other guys are like, hey, this is really important for us as juniors or sophomores. What are coaches doing? What is the philosophy of coaches in this strange time?
Yeah, well, Ramon and Dave, I appreciate the question, but I'm going to have to, just talking about the approach of football in general. I don't think if your mindset is, this is a different type of season, so therefore it's not as important, then you shouldn't be playing. Like, that's the reality. You really shouldn't be playing any sports if that's your approach in any athletics. If your approach is, how's it about me? How am I going to produce anything? Sure, that's part of it. But again, this is the wrong sport. It's impossible to do this sport by yourself. And so, I think what the biggest, most important thing in this is we have an opportunity to play. We're going to have an opportunity to get back on the field. We have an opportunity and to really show who we are. And that's what it's about. And that's throughout the whole state. And that's what I'm excited about our guys, and specifically talking about our junior class, to answer your question, we have some special groups, a special group of juniors. I think we have just our full young group, actually. JC Gustin, we have a transfer wide receiver DB that I actually got to coach against last year. He's jumped in on our program. He's going to probably make a lot of noise early on, but more importantly, he's another just a great kid. I think he's someone that is really merged into a new culture, especially right now for not, as far as coming into a new school when you have this type of year without sports going on. It's hard to adjust. So we're excited about JC. I'll have these guys talk a little bit more about some other guys. We have a couple other guys that are brand new playing football. LD Willis is incredible. Never played football before, and I think we might have one of the top running backs in San Diego with him. So we have a great junior class. I'll let these guys talk though. Go ahead, Jack. You can list off some other guys.
Underclassmen. Isaiah Givens,
Isaiah.
Joey Merritt, Jake Davila, Aaron Shablowski. The list could just keep on going on and on and on, to be very honest with you. I feel like our whole entire the underclassmen is what really helps us seniors lead the team. They don't make it really hard at all, knowing that they all have the same goal as we do and that we all have a passion for the sport that we play. And we all want the same thing at the end of the day. And the fact that they just grasp onto it at a young age just tells you a lot for what's going to come to Christian in the future, for sure. Just as sophomores, being able to compete with us, listening, taking what we say not to heart, but they're actually instilling it in their brains and everything, and just using it when we go out to the practice field and stuff. Like I said, Christian High is going to be it's the place to be. It's a very scary place to even think, a very scary team, to even think about playing. I feel like just in the next couple of years, because the guys that we're around they're just great. The underclassmen is great.
Andrew, I'd like you to maybe, if you've had any names that you haven't heard so far, I'd like to hear a little bit about the defense.
The defense, we named off Shabowski. He's a great linebacker. He's under me. He's a sophomore. I think a sophomore this year.
Another Shabowski, Dave.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a hard worker. On defense, it's more of a heavy defense, but the guys that do come in, they're great. They listen to coaches, even if they haven't played yet. They're very attentive. They're hard workers in general.
Yeah, Dave, I think one thing that's kind of overlooked, we like I said about the seniors, and I think everyone's kind of carried this torch or this philosophy as we've worked our way to this point about how important it is for these seniors. Some of them have some opportunities. We know Gabe's story is pretty well told at this point, but anybody could end up making changes or getting additional offers or looks. Some people are just waiting to get out there and still prove what they can do, guys like Jack. But, I really think as far as, they say we want to see the film, we want to see the tape. The seniors do have a little bit. I know we're a little bit behind in California, so we want to give everybody opportunities, and the seniors still need opportunities. But now for that group of sophomores that became juniors, and that's almost the most important time for student athletes from that year forward, because that's when you make that growth spurt. That's when you start to catch people's eyes, and that's when you need to get on the field. You need those, you don't need your senior year. You need your 24 games when you're getting into those final 2 years and wanting to get opportunities or at least get the confidence to move forward with your education if you aren't going to play football. So I think that's what's important, and it's going to be a big chance for the underclassmen. I don't want to undersell it at all, Dave.
Well, I gotta say, going back on what Coach Mitchell was saying, it's kind of it's definitely moving in a positive direction. Like he said, just the opportunity to the mindset of having the opportunity to return to the field and play as a team. I think that you're right, Coach. We've kind of gotten away from that. It has been for many years. It's been about the scouts and who's going to get the look and who are they coming to see. And from when I'm picking up from you and picking up from the team is we're just happy to play the game of football. We're just happy to be back. and have the opportunity to play the 6 games that we are going to play, and then we'll whatever comes of that, then we'll deal with that as that comes to us. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, Coach, California is never going to change from being a hotbed. Did we fall behind? Did we fall behind the rest of the country in the by not playing? By what happened?
Well, I think the whole country did a little bit. Yeah, I mean, obviously it hurt a little bit that we didn't get to play at our timing, especially with how college football got to play in the fall. But I don't think it changes anything. If you turn on the TV today, you saw college football. I mean, my mentor and one of my best friends was calling a game yesterday, and so I think there's still opportunities. One of the things that's overlooked in the recruiting, and since we're talking about that, is what has happened, how it's pushed everything down. As far as not only this group, the 2021 class, not getting to play their normal season, but giving the year back to the seniors in the NCAA. Well, that plugs scholarships. And I've had firsthand talks with not only my old college coach, but you guys know I coached up at the college level for 6 years, and the trickle down effect happens. So I think the portal being another thing that has affected recruiting. If it goes right back to what I said in the beginning. I think if your concern is just recruiting, it's probably the wrong reason you're going to play. If you have the ability to play college football, you'll play college football. If you have the ability to play at a high level of college football, I've never met one college football coach at the highest level that says, "Nah, I won't take that guy. He's not. He's really elite, but nah, he's not going to be good for my team." That's never happened. I remember sitting face to face with Chip Kelly last year, and I think that those guys want elite people first. And if you have the ability to play at that level, you're going to play at that level. And so the timing right now is absolutely, like you guys said, it's something to recognize that it is not the same. It is not. It isn't how it's been. But does it change anything? I don't know. I really don't believe so. In my own opinion, I think, reality is, for football-wise, the 3 guys right here, Gabe, Jack, Drew, those guys have the ability to play Division I football. I saw it. And there's a reason why they're sitting on here. They play elite football. Will is probably. I was going to plug this early on. Yeah, if I any staff I'm ever on, Will already knows this. Now I can put it on live television here too. But Will will be one of the first calls I ever make. I mean, he's one of the sharpest young men I've ever been around. But the way he interacts with people, the way his approaches to teaching and coaching is way beyond his age. And so I know I can't. I was joking with Will. I said, hey, if you're I don't know where he's going to deciding to go to college, but I know he's looking at Ole Miss at one point. I said, well, if Lane Kiffin hires you at some point, I'm going to probably have to call you for a job. So we have elite members, especially these 4 right here. And so do I think the timing of recruiting hurt? It might have, but at the same time, the college football went through the same thing, not having the ability to graduate their seniors. So it's plugged everything up. I think a college football program, if they really want to be elite, it's really easy to find elite people. They're sitting right here on this screen. There is no doubt in my mind, and maybe if I was back on the other side, I think that these are no-brainers. These are what when I was on the recruiting trail, these are the guys that you say, you go back to your head coach and say, guys, you're feeling pretty good. You tell your head coach, hey, let's you guys want to keep our jobs here? Here's the guys you want to talk about. These are the guys you want to surround yourself with. So that's my 2 cents on the recruiting portion.
Kind of getting back to the just being on the field and the coach and let's just say the coach and quarterback relationship, which you saw how successful Brady and Belichick were for so many years. What I was going to ask is, right now I know it's early on and you've only had a few practices, but Coach, with you and Gabe, is it Gabe, will he have the opportunity also? I mean, obviously he's going to go with the playbook. He's going to go with the plays that the coaches call. But I'm sure with a quarterback of his caliber, you're going to probably give him the opportunity to audible and call a play if he reads something different on the defense that doesn't look good with the play.
No, you're right, Dave. I've always said this as a coach. I'm probably going to be right 50% of the time, and he'll make us right 80%. So, yeah, absolutely. He has full control. It's his offense. It's our program's offense. That's always been my approach. And yeah, we're talking specifically about Gabe himself. Man, I know he's going to make me right a lot more than I'll make him right. And so I'm so excited to get a chance to watch him. He has taken control of this offense. Especially in the time period that we've had and the circumstances that we're in. I mean, I think we're now just waiting for the timer to kick off. When they say kick it off, I can't wait to watch him take those other 10 dudes. And my only focus is going to be, hey, let's not get penalties when we celebrate. So that's what I'm hoping for. So.
I'm sure you even have. I'm sure you guys have already put together something, gentlemen. Maybe Will, you could even shine some light on that. I'm sure you have gone over some of the celebrations you'd like to have in the end zone after scoring. Anything like that? No.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have fun. That's all I gotta say. So
without getting penalties, but have fun, but without the penalties.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we're gonna be partying in the end zone a lot. So yeah.
I mean,
I know that's the tagline for a lot of guys. That we just want to get to that goal line down there. So we're trying to direct the ball down there. So
yeah, we're all going to be celebrating here in a few weeks if we aren't already. Dave asked about that relationship, and I mentioned the multiple coaching staffs that you have been part of already, been under the tutelage of. Coach Mitchell kind of puts it on himself a little bit. Expectations are high wherever he's going to go, at least for now. I mean, he's young, energetic, obviously well-respected. Gabe, he talked about you guys being elite. I think Coach Mitchell's elite. What do you think?
I agree with that statement. I mean, Coach Mitchell runs a system that requires a lot of trust. And I think all the players in there, we built that bond. We built up that trust. And I think it's going to play this season. And I think we're all excited. And I think we're going to do a good job that we have.
Hey, Andrew, when you have a young coach who's already have proven success, not only with the players that he's coached, but the records as well, the winning. But Coach Mitchell's a Patriot. What do you think about his future, Andrew, as a coach? Do you think we can keep Danny Mitchell on Greenfield Avenue for the next 20 years?
I sure hope so because, Christian will be really blessed to have him. I mean, he's a great coach. I didn't know a coach could have that much impact on the team until he came. He changed our entire school, even off the field. It's insane. I love to see it. I love to be part of it.
Right, Jack. Look. I mean, we love the guys that led Christian through those championships all those years. But you know what?
I got one of those.
I knew that was coming.
Throw that plug in there.
Right. I want to talk, down to these guys a little bit about how old I am. But, I've watched this program emerge kind of like, Coach Danny has through the years from that sleepy little school over there to now. It's still kind of small and sleepy in a way, but it's kind of like a sleeping giant, Jack. This program over at Christian High, and to have a coach like Danny Mitchell kind of, lead it into the future a little bit. In good hands. We're trying to keep him around.
Yeah. It would, if that's the case, if Coach Mitchell is there for like the next 20 years, then if I have a kid, then it'll be definitely a place where I'd like send my kid to go play under for Coach Mitchell, like 100%. It's a no-brainer at this point. I mean, like Andrew said, he's just shaped like Christian High football on and off the field, just to like a whole different like standard. It's like we all bought into what he believes, and it just makes it, easier on us as kids just to follow, because we want to see a great leader. And I mean, as much as he talks about like it's this like the seniors at practice or something like that, or whoever just like leads is like, I want you to grab on and to follow. I think Coach really like fails to realize sometimes when he tells the underclassmen to grab onto a senior and follow them. I think he doesn't really realize that we're actually kind of grabbing onto him himself and following him. You know what I mean? And he hasn't just really disappointed. He's just an amazing guy, and I've learned so much from him already just within these like last 5-6 months that he's been here, or however long he's been here for. And like, yeah, so I mean, what he sees from me, and like I feel like in some of the other seniors and everything, is what we've definitely learned from him and what he's told us to do. So,
well, Coach Will, has Danny touted you as a future coach? Does Coach Mitchell's approach kind of feel like a D1 approach or a professional approach to running a high school football program?
Yeah, for sure. Everything that we do, we keep first class. He's even told us, we're gonna run it like an institution, like a Division I program, because he has had those experience at those schools and been around those coaches. So, all the little things, all the little details, he says, all right, today we're going pro speed, and, just really paying attention to those little details. And that's really something that we appreciate him bringing into this program, and bringing into, kind of like all these guys said, into the school, and really placing the attention on not just the scoreboard at the end of Friday night, but kind of those relationships that we've made with each other, and kind of what we're going to take past graduation. But
yeah, I think what from what I'm gathering of Will, he's bringing that win or lose. We're gonna win or lose with class, and we're gonna walk onto that field like a classy organization, and we're gonna walk off of that field as a classy organization. And I'm picking up that those shirts are going to be tucked in, or you guys are going to be looking sharp and ready to play like as if you were a professional football team every time you come out to play on Friday nights.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make his head too big, but yeah, I know. I mean,
that's right. I love you guys, man. I love you guys.
He's great. We're really excited, just kind of everything he's bringing to us, and just really the energy that he brings. And it's something kind of like Jack said that you really want to grab onto and kind of follow that lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, gentlemen, we've taken a lot of your Sunday, and we do appreciate you taking the time. And I know that next up is the main focus besides practice is Mira Mesa, and getting ready and geared up for that first kickoff. And I know that Ramon and myself, or Ramon or myself, will be definitely, if it's even a quarter or two, we definitely want to we'll be checking you out that first kickoff, and we'll definitely be appreciating that you guys are finally out there again, and being on the sideline again is going to be a rewarding to us. And as Coach, as you mentioned it, we'd be in the wrong business too if we were in it to oh man, I got to go out there Friday night. Definitely not the case. It's hard to explain to anybody that's not in that position when it comes to sports as a whole. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. But gentlemen, I wish you all a great season, even though it's shortened. And I know you guys are going to take it one game at a time. I wish you all the success, as so does Ramon. Thank you, Coach, and thank you all gentlemen. And for Ramon Scott, I'm Dave Dickens. Have a pleasant evening.
Thanks
guys.
Thank you so much.